Imagine a flood. Now imagine that flood isn't water, but thick, sticky molasses. This wasn't a nightmare but a bizarre reality for the people of Boston's North End on January 15, 1919. On this day, a massive storage tank filled with 2.3 million gallons of molasses erupted, unleashing a wave of sticky sweetness upon the unsuspecting city. This is the story of the Great Molasses Flood, a peculiar disaster that left a lasting mark on Boston's history. The incident, as strange as it sounds, had a significant impact. It reshaped industrial safety standards and left a permanent mark on the city's landscape and collective memory. The Great Molasses Flood serves as a stark reminder that even the sweetest things can have devastating consequences when safety is overlooked. To understand the events of that fateful day, we must first travel back to the early 20th century, a time when the North End of Boston was a vibrant and bustling community. Boston's North End was a bustling hub for immigrants, particularly Italian newcomers. These immigrants brought with them rich cultural traditions, culinary delights, and a strong sense of community. The neighborhood was also home to various industries. Factories and warehouses lined the streets, providing employment to many of the residents. One such industry was the production of industrial alcohol, a key ingredient in munitions. This was a booming business, especially during the times of war when the demand for munitions skyrocketed. A significant player in this industry was the United States Industrial Alcohol Company, or USIA, which owned the ill-fated molasses tank. This company was a major supplier of industrial alcohol, which was essential for the production of explosives. The giant tank, a towering steel structure 50 feet tall and 90 feet in diameter, dominated the North End skyline. It was an engineering marvel of its time, designed to hold massive quantities of molasses. It stored molasses, a key ingredient in the industrial alcohol production process. Molasses was shipped in from the Caribbean and stored in this massive tank before being processed. The tank was a familiar sight to the residents, a symbol of the industrial activity that fueled the neighborhood. It stood as a testament to the industrial prowess and economic vitality of the North End. Little did they know, this towering structure held within it the potential for a disaster of unimaginable proportions. The very thing that symbolized progress and prosperity would soon become a harbinger of tragedy. The morning of January 15, 1919, dawned like any other in Boston. The air was crisp, with temperatures hovering just above freezing. As the city bustled with activity, the giant molasses tank at the USIA plant groaned and shuddered. Its rivets, weakened by years of neglect and shoddy construction, finally gave way. With a deafening roar, the tank burst open, unleashing a tidal wave of molasses onto the unsuspecting city. The wave, a sticky torrent moving at an estimated 35 miles per hour, crashed through the streets of the North End. Buildings were ripped from their foundations, reduced to rubble under the sheer force of the viscous flood. The air grew thick with the cloying sweetness of molasses, a sickly sweet scent that would forever be etched in the memories of those who experienced that day. The disaster struck without warning, leaving the residents in a state of shock and disbelief. People were trapped in the sticky mess, struggling to free themselves from the thick, syrupy substance. Rescue efforts were hampered by the molasses, making it difficult for emergency responders to reach those in need. The aftermath was devastating, with homes and businesses destroyed and lives lost. The Great Molasses Flood of 1919 remains one of the most bizarre and tragic events in Boston's history, a reminder of the fragility of human engineering and the unpredictable nature of disaster. Section 4. Eyewitness Accounts. Tales from the Sticky Sea. The chaos and destruction of that day were etched into the memories of those who witnessed it. Anthony DeStasio, a young boy at the time, recalled the molasses wave picking him up and carrying him down the street like a piece of driftwood. He described the terrifying sensation of being engulfed in the sticky mass, struggling to breathe as the molasses threatened to pull him under. Another survivor, Catherine Mary Nazaro, likened the scene to a tsunami of molasses. She described the heart-wrenching cries for help from those trapped beneath the debris, their voices muffled by the thick, suffocating goo. These first-hand accounts provide a chilling glimpse into the terror and confusion that gripped the North End that day. Section 5. The Aftermath, Cleaning Up the Sweet Mess. The immediate aftermath of the flood was a scene of utter devastation. The molasses, once a sweet treat, had transformed into a deadly trap. Buildings were flattened and streets were inundated with the thick, sticky substance. Rescuers struggled to navigate the waist-deep sticky morass, desperately searching for survivors amidst the wreckage. The molasses made every step a grueling effort, and the cold January air only added to the misery. The air, thick with the stench of molasses and the cries of the injured, was a grim reminder of the disaster that had befallen the city. The once bustling streets of Boston's North End were now eerily silent, save for the sounds of rescue efforts. The cleanup effort was a monumental task. The sheer volume of molasses combined with the cold temperatures made it nearly impossible to remove. Over 100 workers labored for weeks, using sand, sawdust, and even seawater from fireboats to wash away the sticky residue. The molasses clung to everything it touched, making the cleanup a painstaking process. The harbor ran brown with molasses for months, a constant reminder of the tragedy. The water was so thick with molasses that it stained the hulls of ships and left a lingering sweet smell in the air. The cleanup effort, though challenging, was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. The people of Boston came together, determined to restore their city and move forward from this sticky catastrophe. Section 6. The Molasses Flood's Impact. The Great Molasses Flood, beyond its immediate impact, had far-reaching and long-lasting consequences. The disaster brought to light the lax safety standards and regulations of the time. The USIA, after a lengthy investigation and numerous lawsuits, was found liable for the disaster and its aftermath. The company's negligence in the construction and maintenance of the tank was deemed a direct cause of the tragic event. The disaster sparked significant changes in industrial safety regulations and practices. The city of Boston implemented stricter building codes and inspection protocols to prevent future tragedies. The tragedy served as a wake-up call for industries across the nation, emphasizing the importance of worker safety and corporate responsibility. Section 7. A Lasting Legacy. Remembering the Flood. The Great Molasses Flood, though a century past, continues to hold a unique place in Boston's history. The event is a reminder of the city's industrial past and the human cost of industrial accidents. Even today, locals claim they can still detect a faint whiff of molasses on hot summer days, a phantom scent lingering from that fateful January day. The Great Molasses Flood, a bizarre and tragic event, serves as a reminder of the importance of vigilance, accountability, and the enduring power of human resilience. It is a story that continues to fascinate and resonate with people around the world, a testament to the fact that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the human spirit perseveres.